today's game, and it's an interesting game here today, in fact, as we do come towards the stretch run of the season. Just 6 games remaining in the fall, and it's a really tight package. The Cosmos leading the way right now in the standings, but certainly close, pretty much an open race from top to bottom here. A couple of teams in action today that are coming off of losses last week. For the Silverbacks, it was a 3-1 loss at Tampa Bay, and one that really the team kind of has been trending down a little bit lately and kind of culminating with that 3-1 loss at Tampa Bay. They'll try to turn things around. They have had some success recently here at home, picking up a win 2-1 over San Antonio in their last home outing. It was actually their first home win of the fall season, so hopefully getting back to Atlanta can really help the team. For the Silverbacks, interesting change today in goal. Not Joe Nasco today, but instead Eric Atu will make his first start in quite a little bit, so we'll see what he can do in goal today. Nasco had been playing well, went through a stretch where he was probably the best goalkeeper in the NASL, but has slowed down a little bit, so we'll see if Nasco can pick it up here today. Meanwhile, offensively, of course, Ruben Luna not starting today, but has been a huge impact player since rejoining the team, and of course, Danny Barrera, 7 assists on the season, currently tied for the NASL lead. Meanwhile, Edmonton coming off a 2-1 loss at Minnesota United last week, so they're also looking to bounce back, and again, a team that's very much in the mix for a fall title. In fact, just a point ahead of the Silverbacks in the standings, or I should say a point behind the Silverbacks in the standings. Edmonton, though, scoring has been a struggle this season. They've scored just 7 goals, 7th in the league in that category, so right at the bottom of the table. And again, while their defense has been solid, they're going to need to find some offense to pick it up a little bit. Chris Nurse, the NASL Player of the Month in August. It'll be interesting to see what he could do here today. Nurse, a holding midfielder, but scored 3 goals in 4 games in August in the NASL, so very strong showing in August. We'll see what he could do here today. What to look for in today's game? Well, certainly a lot of physicality. 21 yellow cards, 5 red cards in the previous 7 meetings between these two teams. So again, should be interesting to see how they play each other here today. Lancaster not being pressured at all. Finally uncorks one, sends it to the far side of the field. Nurse can't get ahead on it. Instead, it's Blanco who sends it forward. Gives it off again now, middle of the field, quick touch, Menjivar. Menjivar back again. A little touch to the near side. Hunt looking to go on a run into the corner. Mendez can't get it off to him. Now, ball comes back, middle of the field, Menjivar. Cruz, good step by Cruz, works his way into the box, and he's tripped up as he's going in, and will get a penalty kick. All set up by a beautiful move into the box by Cruz on the play. Pablo Cruz working his way in, and let's see if the Silverbacks now can capitalize. But no doubt a PK there. Cruz worked around his man. And let's see, we'll take it. It looks like it will be Mendez. We can take another look at that play here. And you can see Cruz got the break and is fouled. So in the 14th minute of action, the Silverbacks with a chance to take a lead on a PK. This will be Mendez looking for his 6th goal of the season, and he has it. Pedro Mendez, number 6 on the year, and the Silverbacks take the 1-0 lead. And again, while there's no official assist on that play, all set up by the attack of Pablo Cruz. Mendez with the finish. Reminder that the NASL Soccer Bowl 2013 will be played right here in Atlanta, Georgia on Saturday, November 9th at Silverback Stadium, when the winner of the current NASL fall season takes on the Silverbacks, the NASL spring season champion. Get your tickets to the championship game now at www.atlantasilverbacksfc.com or by calling 404-969-4900. That ball over the middle, Ati gets to it. Silverbacks with some space to work now. James tried to turn on it. He gets taken down from behind. And the aggressiveness of this defense for FC Edmonton has given the Silverbacks some early opportunities, and this will be one. A direct kick from roughly 25, maybe 30 yards out. And right in the middle of the field. This will be a tough one to boot in here. Still an advantageous position, though. The keeper, Lance Parker, aligning his wall. Barrera takes it. Nice shot by Barrera, but Parker all over it. That was a good try by Barrera there. Not sure how he snuck it past the wall, but got it right on target. Parker home, though, and makes the play. That one's sent back now to Ati. He plays it. He's going to have to hurry up and finally gets it out of the crease. Another action across the NASL. Mentioned earlier, Minnesota United with a 1-0 win at home against San Antonio. The other game tonight in halftime, scoreless right now between Carolina and Fort Lauderdale. And again, the big game of the week will be tomorrow, standalone game, as the Cosmos will host the Rowdies in a battle for first place. And that one, again, a physical play. And we're going to have a card here. And I believe, was that a red card issued? I think it was. And walking off the field is Danny Barrera, who gets the red card issued. And the Silverbacks now will have to try to protect their 1-0 lead, down one man. They took the 1-0 lead early on in the 15th minute on a penalty kick goal by Pedro Mendez. And despite being down a man for the majority of the game, for about the last 55, 60 minutes of the game, if you include stoppage time, the Silverbacks are able to come away with the victory in what's a real statement game for this defense, playing well.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending tonight.
So Atlanta now improving to 3-4-2 on the fall season, 13 points, and will be in sole possession now of 5th place in the NASL.
Also, please refrain from entering the field at this time.
Meanwhile, Edmonton dropping to 1-5-3 on the season. Let's go ahead, head down to the field where Neil Malone is joined by Silverbacks head coach Brian Haynes. Go ahead, Neil.
John, happy to say I'm here with Brian Haynes, who's got a smile on his face after 3 points here tonight. 1-0 win over FC Edmonton. Brian, you had an uphill battle there in the second half, but how good does it feel to have the win?
First of all, credit to them. They gave everything and they threw everything at us. Again, I think there wasn't one shot that was given up in the second half. That's a credit to those guys' work, man. I'm so proud of them. We've been working hard. I told them we need to get back to the team of the spring. And that was one of the best performances we've had, and I'm so proud of the guys, so proud.
What can you say about the crowd here? How did they influence the game here at Atlanta Silverbacks Park, a packed house tonight?
I told the boys before the game, look, the front office have done their job. They brought the kids out, they brought the families out, they brought everybody out for us. Let's go in and put on a show for them. If we wish we could have done it with 11 players, but with 10, they were the 11th player for us tonight.
Brian, last question. Coming up next, you got San Antonio on the road. How does the team feel, going into that game? What do you look, as important for that game?
There's a coach there who is trying to win a game. That's the first thing, and keep his job. And there's players who are basically auditioning for a job next season. So I know Wounded Animal is a dangerous one. So we got to make sure we're ready when we go in there to give another 90 minutes like we did tonight.
All right, congratulations, Coach. Silverbacks grab their second straight home win. Back to you, John.
And thank you, Neil. A big win today for the Atlanta Silverbacks. Again, 1-0 on the Pedro Mendez strike early on. So Atlanta will come away with the win here today. 1-0, the final score on the 15-minute goal by Pedro Mendez. Again, our next game here in Atlanta is Atlanta will head to San Antonio next week, an 8 o'clock game at San Antonio next week. A week from then, so 2 weeks from tonight, Saturday, October 12th, Minnesota coming to town in what lines up right now to be a big game in the impact on the standings. A 7:30 start here in Atlanta against Minnesota on October 12th. We'll be back to bring you that one. Once again, thank you for everyone here with the crew. I'm John Schwartz. Have a great evening, everybody. Final score from Atlanta. Atlanta Silverbacks 1, Edmonton 0.